I'm Dr. Prasad from SDMIMD, Mysore. We are a 25-year-old B school located in the southern part of India and the heritage city of Mysore. We are accredited with the EFMD EPAS accreditation earlier, now EFMD accreditation. We renewed our accreditation recently. We also have an ACBSP accreditation for our program, PGDM program. And we were introduced to the BSIS process in 2019, and we took on that, and we found that it's a very useful tool for our progress in the field which we have entered. And otherwise, we will be looking forward to participating more in the international arena as a B school from India. I've been thinking about it for a long time. The impact study, BSIS impact study, gives a solid framework to manage processes and outcomes of all our activities. And it can become the basis for the institute to develop our own impact framework. And as regards to the government policy, fortunately for us, the Indian government brought out and promulgated the new education policy. It is called NEP in India, which was in the offing for last 20 years, and finally they introduced it, and it matched us our aims and path for progress starting from 2020. And the new education policy deals with holistic development of student and the system, interdisciplinary approach in pedagogy, as well as multidisciplinary research. We at SDMIMD take this as a challenging opportunity to pursue our goals with renewed passion, as we found that a lot of initiatives which were recommended by the Indian government matched with our own activities in the last 10 years. One of that is the developing an impact system where we have a definite measure for the outcomes of learning and our own development, as well as the relevance to the society and management education system, and as a benefit to all the stakeholders in general. The dimensions of financial, educational, intellectual, and regional ecosystem, image, business development, and societal aspects comprehensively cover all activities of the institute. The simplification, but with such a clear view, enhances the efficacy in terms of allocation of responsibilities within the institute to various stakeholders. It helps focus on specific outcomes and makes it easy to build forecast models. And we at SDMIMD are continuously focused on societal and regional ecosystems in line with our vision and mission of the institute. And India is a rich source of information, rich source of data. And a lot of events take place in India due to dense population, a large presence of intellectuals, researchers, and B schools and teaching fraternity students. So in all spheres, we find the impact system a very big contributor for us to classify that information. In fact, I should not say thankful to the pandemic, because it is a pandemic which has made the world suffer. But the COVID situation in India and all across the world created a unique opportunity for our institute to make the attention towards society, satisfaction of the populace, and the tools for measurement of the responsiveness of the government towards the demands of the public, the focus areas for us to study, rather than studying profitability, business development, and other areas which are more to do with the hardcore business. And The impact dimensions of social, intellectual, and regional ecosystem gained more traction during this period than the others, such as financial. So SDMIMD has taken major strides by associating with several government and quasi-government organizations, which give a wealth of opportunities to study the vast information, assess outcomes of activities by various parties, and in getting access to broad picture of the national direction in overall development. For example, in the meanwhile, during the COVID period, India became a member of the National Academics Depository, the National Digital Library, and a scheme called the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, if translated from Sanskrit to English, is India towards excellence. In that, we adopted 5 villages around Mysore, located closely, where we project and propose projects which the government will fund. We are already into this job. And second, we are also part of one scheme called Atal Yojana. It is about innovation and entrepreneurship. We are members. We have already established an entrepreneurship cell in SDMIMD. These were all possible due to increased online activities, thanks to the situation we were forced to go. And to tell you in physical terms, we converted all our classrooms into studios where we can sit and we can teach in a blended manner, where our students who are coming for face-to-face with an option to come and sit in the class, they are also present, and we also teach online. So we are fulfilling the desires of the students in both ways. I am not sure whether the impact as proposed by the BSIS is directly impacting the government educational policies, but impact indirectly influences the government education policies, because all the higher education system learning has turned towards outcome-based learning. And now outcome-based learning and interdisciplinary approach, multidisciplinary research, and holistic development of the students, these are all most of the time abstract measurements and impact study and impact system in any form with the specific parameters formed to our requirements as an impact system definitely creates an indirect chain of influence in the government's functioning in the educational arena. And government has also invested several organizations to study impact in the same dimensions, but that may differ in nomenclature. For example, the National Academics Depository, it wants to store all the student qualification data in a single supercomputer. The place where they have given this responsibility is the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, which owns around 417 petaflop supercomputer. So there's a huge facility. So we find one digital library wherein where students and the fraternity have access to all digitized information of all the books and other papers available across the globe. So such initiatives managed by the Center for Development of Advanced Computing by a government agency, these all have somehow factored in the impact system in their function. In our view, impact study may become an imperative for simplifying the dimensions of study of development of societies, organizations, and governments, and finally reaching the individual in some or the other form due to the impact caused generally.